Hello, everyone. For years, Amanda Owen and her husband Clive were the picture of rustic charm. The hard-working couple who captured Britain's heart through their hit Channel 5 series Our Yorkshire Farm, showing viewers a slice of real life on Ravenseat Farm with their 9 children, sheepdogs, and the breathtaking Yorkshire Dales as their backdrop. Fans were drawn not only to the stunning scenery, but also to the raw authenticity of a family who seemed to live outside the chaos of modern life, thriving through teamwork, love, and determination. But as time passed, viewers began to notice subtle changes. Amanda appearing more often alone, Clive's quiet presence fading from the screen, and whispers of tension beginning to swirl behind the idyllic facade. What followed would leave fans stunned and heartbroken as the truth slowly unraveled about why we don't see Amanda Owen's husband anymore, revealing a story not of scandal, but of emotional exhaustion, evolving dreams, and the complex reality of living life under the relentless glare of fame. It all began in the mid-1990s when Amanda, a young model from Huddersfield with a love of the countryside, stumbled upon Ravenseat while working as a shepherdess. Clive Owen, who had already been running the 2,000-acre farm for years, was a reserved and practical man, a widower who had quietly built a life centered on the rhythms of farming. The two met by chance, and despite their age difference, Clive being over 20 years her senior, they connected over their shared love for the land, animals, and solitude. What started as friendship quickly blossomed into romance, and before long, Amanda had moved into Ravenseat, marrying Clive and helping to raise his 2 children from a previous relationship before going on to have 9 of their own together. Their relationship fascinated viewers because it didn't fit the mold of traditional celebrity couples. There were no lavish holidays, no glamour, and no pretenses. They worked hard, often in brutal weather conditions, to keep their sheep farm running, and through that, built a bond rooted in shared struggle. Their big break came in 2011, when the BBC first featured them in The Dales. The audience was captivated by Amanda's no-nonsense attitude and Clive's stoic calm, leading to the creation of their own series, Our Yorkshire Farm, in 2018. Overnight, the Owens became national treasures. Amanda, dubbed the Yorkshire Shepherdess, published best-selling books, appeared on talk shows, and became the face of rural British resilience. Clive, ever the quiet backbone, preferred to stay in the background, managing the farm while Amanda's public profile soared. But as the spotlight grew brighter, the cracks in their marriage began to show. Fame, as it so often does, began to change the balance. Amanda, once content with farm life, was now juggling television appearances, book tours, and a growing brand empire, while Clive struggled to adjust to the pace and attention. Fans noticed the shift. Amanda traveling more, Clive appearing less in interviews, and moments on the show where his patience seemed thinner than before. By 2021, speculation about trouble in paradise became unavoidable. Rumors of separation and tension spread across tabloids, though both Amanda and Clive initially denied any major rift, insisting that they were simply going through the natural ups and downs of a long marriage. Yet the tone of Our Yorkshire Farm changed. Amanda's narration took on a more reflective edge, and episodes increasingly focused on her independence as a mother and businesswoman. Finally, in June 2022, after months of speculation, Amanda and Clive released a joint statement confirming that they had separated. It was a moment that broke the hearts of fans who had followed their journey for over a decade. Their statement was simple and respectful. They emphasized that they would continue to work together on the farm and co-parent their children, and they asked for privacy. But beneath the calm wording was the reality of 2 people who had grown in different directions. Clive, by his own admission, had struggled to cope with the attention that came with fame. In a rare interview, he spoke candidly about feeling useless at times and regretted how the pressures of public life had affected their relationship as ambitious and full of energy, while he preferred the quiet life, a difference that, over time, created emotional distance. Amanda, meanwhile, remained fiercely protective of Clive and their family's image. She refused to place blame, insisting that their split was not about betrayal or bitterness, but about space and evolution. She continued to appear on television and at public events, while Clive quietly stepped back, choosing to focus on his children and the land he loved. Ravenseat Farm, once bustling with the energy of filming crews and family life, became quieter, and Clive's absence from the media only deepened the sense of melancholy among longtime viewers. In the months following their separation, Amanda launched a new series titled Beyond the Yorkshire Farm, this time featuring her eldest son, Reuben, as he began his own journey into adulthood and entrepreneurship. Clive made only brief appearances, offering fatherly advice, but clearly taking a step out of the spotlight. Many fans found his absence painful. His grounded, no-frills personality had been a cornerstone of what made our Yorkshire farm so relatable. Without him, some felt that a piece of the show's soul had gone missing. Behind the scenes, those who knew the couple said that the separation, while sad, was handled with remarkable grace. There was no public feud, no legal battles, no scandal, just two people acknowledging that their paths had diverged after nearly 25 years. Amanda continued to champion rural life, writing and speaking about farming, motherhood, and female independence, while Clive dedicated himself to maintaining the farm and supporting his children's futures. Over time, Amanda's appearances became more solo-focused and Clive's reclusion more pronounced. Reports surfaced that he was living a quieter life on a nearby property, helping manage the farming operations, but avoiding publicity entirely. For fans used to seeing them side by side in every hardship, it was difficult to accept. But those closest to them say it's exactly what Clive wanted: peace, privacy, and the return to simplicity that fame had taken from him. The tragedy of their story isn't one of betrayal or scandal, but of the subtle, relentless erosion that public life can bring. Our Yorkshire farm had been built on authenticity, and yet it was that same authenticity, their real-life relationship, their honest struggles, that became public property, dissected by tabloids and strangers alike. When fans asked why they didn't see Clive anymore, the answer was both heartbreaking and profoundly human. He simply couldn't keep living his private life in the public eye. For Amanda, continuing to share her story was part of her purpose, a way to inspire and educate others about rural life. For Clive, it was a burden that took too much of his soul. Their love didn't vanish, it transformed, evolving into mutual respect and quiet coexistence. In fact, both have spoken warmly of each other since the split, often emphasizing that they remain a family, just a different kind of family. Today, Clive rarely appears on television, and when he does, it's in fleeting glimpses, helping Reuben with machinery or tending to livestock. Amanda continues to expand her career, balancing her media work with her duties as a mother and shepherdess. The once unbreakable image of the Owen family may have fractured, but their legacy endures. They showed millions that beauty exists in imperfection, that marriage, especially one tested by time, fame, and hardship, doesn't always end with bitterness, but sometimes with quiet acceptance. So when fans ask, what happened to Amanda Owen's husband? The truth is simple. Life happened. Clive Owen chose peace over publicity, solitude over spectacle, and the slow, enduring rhythm of the farm over the endless noise of fame. And though he may no longer stand beside Amanda on our screens, his spirit still echoes in every field, every sunrise, and every moment of our Yorkshire farm that reminded us what love, work, and resilience truly look like. Thanks for watching.